we're going to talk about during this session. And a reminder as well, please use the Q&A area for not just questions, but because we don't have a specific chat ability in here, put your comments in the chat area, in the Q&A area. We've only got an hour. Let's see how much we can pack into this without overloading you, to give you something to think about, something to think about over the holidays and how you're going to go into 2021. And the first thing that I will talk about is don't forget the desktop apps. What I mean by that is the standard ones we've used as far as we can remember back: Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Too many people dismiss these as being the same as they've always been. But there's updates left, right and centre. They're improving all the time, and people aren't aware of how fantastic these actually are now. So I'll share a couple of things on those as well. So don't forget the desktop apps. But now with Microsoft 365, we go beyond the desktop. We go into other dimensions, not quite. We're going to the cloud for sure. So there's a lot of cloud-based applications, and not just cloud-based. We've all got smartphones, tablets these days. So all the apps have an equivalent mobile app, and I'll share my thoughts on that as we go through as well. So don't forget the desktop apps, go beyond the desktop, and it will allow you to really improve you and your organization's productivity, collaboration, and communication. That's just going to happen when you start utilizing these applications within Microsoft, instead of paying for third-party apps, as I said, like Trello, Dropbox, things that we don't need to. We've already got, if we're already signed up for Microsoft 365, we've already got them. So don't forget the desktop apps, go beyond the desktop, and productivity, collaboration, and communication. And as it's coming up to Christmas, you could put that in a Christmas frame of mind. The apps of Christmas past are still very useful. The apps of Microsoft present are really, really useful. And then the apps of Microsoft future, improving all the time, improving all the time. And if you like what you see in this session today, this is the tip of the iceberg of what we can help you with and offer you with in our subscription service Cube. Okay, there's the details there. And if you like what you see today, that's available for you to sign up for. And hot off the press, if you sign up today, there will be a discount code that you can apply and get a discount on your subscription. So it's growing all the time. People are absolutely finding the benefits of it, saving so much time and therefore money as well. So I will share more details about that as well. Again, any questions, pop them in the Q&A section. So that's enough slides for now. Let's see actually how it works. And while I'm doing this, if you want to donate to Maggie's, I'm sure you've got your phone by you, so you can scan that code and donate, and you can sign up to Cube here by scanning these codes. Promo code for today only is HOHO15. Excellent. Let's begin properly. The apps of what we've always known. Let's start with one that everybody uses every single day because we need to, and it's Outlook. So I'm going to open up Outlook here. I'm not going to spend so much time in it, but what I want to show here is things that we can teach you that you didn't know existed in Outlook or didn't know how to do, and also new features. Look into the past, look into the future. Existing thing that nobody really knows about until I show them, and they're like, wow, it's these wow moments. And if you don't think we have jaw-dropping moments in our webinars, have a look at some of our videos. We have the proof. Okay, so let's say here, this contact here, he's an external person, and I would like to have him as a contact, okay, in my address book. But we don't have time to go to the calendar, the people section, go to new contact and fill out a form. We simply just don't have time to do that, okay? Or we don't want to do it, but we need to keep a contact. Okay, first top tip coming up. Get the email. That's where we want it to go, essentially. So drag and drop right there. It's pulled through all the contact details for that person without me typing it in. The email has gone into the notes section, which is really good. Why? Because if this person has sent an email properly, chances are their signature will be there with the address. So I could drag that over here. I can even check and see where he lives and be really nosy. And phone number, website address, just simply drag, highlight, and drag it over. Okay, that's much quicker. Save and close a proper contact in there, always and forever. And you can do that with any item. Drag onto the calendar to make an appointment, drag onto the calendar to make tasks. Unbelievably simple, but unbelievable how many people don't actually utilize some of these, what you might see as trivial features, but there's plenty more where that came from. New things in Outlook, new things that I've certainly found useful for organizing my time and what I have to do without really having to think too much about it. You know, sometimes it's hard to think of everything that we have to do. And that's why in Outlook, there's this Microsoft 365 add-in called Insights. And really, let Outlook do the work. Click on it, and it will tell you how to plan your time, what you might have to catch up on, who with, making sure you set your focus time and your lunch hours, okay? Just by clicking on a button, it gives us these options and these suggestions in here, okay? So Insights is that button there. You might have to add it in as an add-in, but it will be available to you as part of the subscription as well. So that's the Insights, trying to help us manage our time without us taking too much time to manage our time. So Insights in there. Excellent, so that's Outlook. Let's go to one of my favorite applications to use and also to help other people to use is PowerPoint. Okay, PowerPoint. I'm going to open up a brand new slide deck just now. And you know, I don't even have time to show you that today, but that's amazing. Design ideas, quick, I can't show you that just now. Okay, that's something for you to perhaps investigate. If you don't have the Insights button, I will share how you can add that in. That's something that has to be added in. So don't worry too much if you don't have it just yet, but it's great that you're going looking already for these things. If you're not on the Office 365, Microsoft 365 subscription, you might not have it. If you're on a standard 2016 version, 2019. But you will get it very, very soon. Okay, so I'm in PowerPoint. PowerPoint is all about visuals, yeah? It's all about the visuals rather than just text. So what I'm going to do here is type in, maybe I want to have a slide all about training. You know, training on laptops, not any physical training for me. Okay, so I put in that, and rather than have, obviously it's not a good idea to have a plain white background. Images, of course, are the best thing, but to keep people's attention, to make it more engaging, how about a video? Okay, and I'm sure you've all had problems with, will the video play? Where do I get a video from? Here's what you can do if you're part of the Microsoft 365 subscription. You can insert, not pictures, we'll stay away from pictures, not online video, stock videos. So you don't have to go paying for a subscription service to a video stock website. You don't have to worry about stealing somebody else's information without their permission. Microsoft has built-in stock footage. So here it is here, and it's high quality, very good quality video. So if I just type in, I don't know, the word office. Okay, there's a good one. Put it in, like so. Downloads it, so it puts it into the presentation, and if I just perhaps click on it, I can decide how I want it to play back. You know, if I want it to loop. I'm also going to send it to the back just now, just so we can see that text I put in. And I might make that stand out more. So I'll maybe make that white and have a, what do I want it to have? Maybe a sort of background fill, like so. There, it doesn't look very exciting, but watch what happens when this plays full screen. If you were having this in your presentation. Okay, imagine that as a slide. No more death by PowerPoint when you can have moving images, i.e. videos. Okay, just looking at questions. Can you show an Outlook if there's an ability to share a task list with my boss? I have full. Yeah, you can share task lists in all versions of Outlook. I can't share that with you just now, but it's certainly possible. But I'm going to show you something else extra later that might be a better way of managing that as well. So a new feature in PowerPoint is the ability to use stock video. Okay, we're getting through these standard applications. The next one that I want to cover is Microsoft Excel. Surely everybody's favorite application, Microsoft Excel. I'm just going to go into a blank workbook here. Let's just minimize that. So a blank workbook. And when I've been showing people this feature and telling them that, yeah, it's good already, but it is going to be improved upon fairly soon, get even better. To demonstrate this, if I type in the names of 3 countries, let's say. You can tell probably I'm a big fan of the Scandinavian countries, but let's say you had headquarters or offices in each of these locations or projects going on, and you wanted to find out information about them. I'm quickly going to format that as a table for now. So what type of data is this? It's geography data, it's geographical data. So why not tell Excel that this data is geographical? Why am I doing that? Because that then allows me to start pulling information from Microsoft servers about that country, capital city, populations in here, largest city. You see how much information is in there. Some you might never need, like the national anthem, but all this information automatically being refreshed every time it changes because it's currently coming from Microsoft servers. So I don't need to have to go to Google, type it in. That's something that I might need for my purposes of analysis. And the reason I show it is, yeah, there's geography. If I have company stock codes, I can put that in and pull through information about the company, such as headquarters, number of employees, stock information. But my advice here is to watch this space, because I've seen a preview of what's to come here, and there's a whole heap of new data types: chemistry, science, customer data, you know, lots of information coming in here. Somebody's had their wow moment. Good. Please stay for more wow moments though. Please stay. Please stay. Wow, that's 2 Kylie songs in one sentence. That was totally a coincidence. Okay, so that's data types in Excel. I'm not going to go to Word simply because everybody thinks they know how to use Microsoft Word, and that's not entirely true. I could spend the whole session talking about how to format documents properly, but I'm not. But I'm still going to talk about Microsoft Word, but not the desktop version, because this is where, okay, seatbelts on, this is where we start going beyond the desktop. So what I'm going to do is simply go to office.com. Let me just pull this over here. share my other screen. Okay, all I've done here is go to office.com. Typed in my email address and password and multi-factor authenticated myself, all that good stuff. And I'm taken to a screen that shows me what I have available to me as part of my subscription. And all the familiar ones are here: PowerPoint, Excel, Outlook, and of course, Word. And I'm going to go into a new blank document. But most things you can do in the online version of these applications, because it's very familiar up here. So most things you can do that you can also do on the desktop, which is great. It means you're not tied to a specific device. You can log into any browser and access these applications. And there is some things that you can only do in the online version. And that's what I'm about to show you right now. Because in Microsoft Word, over here, just below Dictate, is the option for Transcribe. And what that allows you to do, let's say you have lots of audio recordings. I know maybe you've got so much information held on audio tapes, and you want to have that in a written, editable format. Maybe you're writing a book and you're keeping all your thoughts in it. Transcribe will allow you to upload audio. Okay, it's got to be one of these formats, so it will allow you to upload audio. Let me just see if I can get to an audio option here. Okay, so these are just MP3 files, yeah. Upload, powered by cats, no less. Okay, so the cat is doing all the hard work by listening to that audio and converting it to text. Takes as long as it takes for however long the audio file is, but it will transcribe it as best it can. Obviously, it depends how clear the person has spoken. 98%. Come on, hurry up, cat. So there it is, broken down by paragraph. And I could say, okay, add all of that to the document, just the text. How good is that? Saves me having to listen to somebody's voice, saves me having to type it up. It's all there. Okay, to get onto Microsoft Word, go to office.com and type in your company username and password. Okay, if you've got Microsoft 365. Okay, you have to have Microsoft 365 to do this. So yeah, it does all that for us. And if you wonder how it does it, I sometimes say it's just magic, but obviously that is on Microsoft's online version. So there is a disclaimer that says this is how we handle your data. It's very secure and everything, but if you're unsure, there is the option to do that. So just to clarify there, to get to the online versions of these applications, when you have a Microsoft 365 account, go to this web address and put in your email and password and verify yourself. So yeah, the online versions do have some features that aren't available in the desktop app. One to perhaps whet your appetite is PowerPoint has a built-in presenter coach. So you can run through your presentation and get prompts and hints and tips from the software. Okay, I love that one, PowerPoint presenter coach. And this perhaps leads me on to what you might be thinking is, well, where is that saved? Where are these documents actually saved if you're doing it through the browser? Because they're obviously not saved to my desktop. The answer to that is OneDrive, okay? Microsoft OneDrive. And OneDrive is all you need. No need to keep documents on devices, USB drives, network servers, because OneDrive is taking care of all your documents. If I open OneDrive here, so this is my actual working OneDrive, and there's all my files and folders, accessible anywhere, any device, anytime. Okay, if you're using Dropbox, WeTransfer, anything like that, stop. Use what you've perhaps already got as part of Microsoft 365. Because it does allow us, as you can see there, I can share with other people, okay? I can keep things private just to me, okay? It gets around the hurdle of trying to send a file that's too large to go via email, okay? So I can share with external people, with people who don't even use Microsoft 365. I can share my documents with them. And not only that, not only can I share them with them, if we both open the document at the same time, we can work on it together. We can work on it together. No need to wait until, you know, this person from that company has finished working on the document before I can do it, and you know, they don't close it and they keep it open, and that's just a nightmare. We can all work on it at the same time. All the changes being saved back to the document. And here's a good thing, it keeps the version history. Okay, version history. Who's done what? Who's added what? Version history built right in. No need to save document that it did V1, V2, V3. Version history built in. Somebody's just realised they've got access to office.com that they never knew they had. Okay, there's your Christmas present right there. Christmas present, office.com. So yeah, OneDrive has its own recycle bin. We can share, we can access it anywhere. But you're probably thinking, Steve, I don't like accessing my documents through a browser. You know, we're used to accessing them through Windows Explorer view. And I say, do you mean like this? Okay, that's exactly the same. Exactly the same. But I'm accessing it through Windows Explorer. Okay, so we don't have to change away from that if we're not happy with that. I still access it this way. I'm not used to accessing through a browser all the time, but I don't have to. And then there's the cloud. Okay, does it mean I have to be online to access my files? Well, yes and no. As you can see here, some are just available when I'm online, and some are synced to my desktop. So if somebody breaks the internet, then I can still access my files. Okay, I'll probably be more worried about who broke the internet, but I can still access my files if I want to. Okay, so offline, online, any device, and I'll talk about the mobile version very, very shortly. Good, keep those comments and questions coming into that Q&A section. Love to see the fact that you're getting something out of this session. Remember this, and remember this though. Remember this. Okay, if you've had a wow moment, go there. If you want more wow moments, go there. Excellent. So what I want to talk about now that I've introduced some people to a brand new thing called office.com, as a flavor of what you might want to use from here, there's other things. Manage your notes with OneNote, okay? Electronic note-taking application. Manage your tasks and time with To-Do. If you're from a large organization and you want a sort of social network side to the business, Yammer, okay? What else? What else? If you use SurveyMonkey, okay, you might be paying for that, whatever, maybe you're using the free version, fine. SurveyMonkey's not Microsoft, okay? Forms is the equivalent to SurveyMonkey. If you want to collate people's responses to questions that you ask, Forms can do that for you, and it integrates with other Office applications. You know, I quite often find myself of an evening with my forms, exporting them to Excel, pivoted table them to death. That's just how sad I am, but I can do that. Okay, so Forms is the equivalent to sort of SurveyMonkey. So there's more. If you've got a lot of video content, Stream is a video hosting platform. So if you're maybe using Vimeo or things like that, or putting them up on YouTube if you don't want them to be available to the public, Stream is good for that. Sway. PowerPoint is a fantastic application for presentations, absolutely. Sway is an alternative. A lot of people are using, I'm not going to demonstrate this. Sway, a lot of people are using that for newsletters, company brochures, marketing material, okay? Because why? Because the person viewing it doesn't necessarily need PowerPoint. It's all online. They just need the link and an internet connection. Question there, for the Cube membership, is that for the company or person? We're a team of 3, 2 might need more tips to do some than I will. The cost there is per person. You know, talk to us later and we can discuss the details of the membership. But yeah, glad that you're interested, Cube. By the way, if you've not been on the site, Cube actually is an acronym and it stands for Curated, User-Friendly, Brief Education. Sums it all up, really. We've done the hard work so you don't have to, and it's all in one place and it's easy. Excellent. So what I want to talk about now is the mobile apps. Okay, so bear with me while I set this up because I will be sharing my iPhone. So hang on just 1 second. And like I say, keep the questions coming in. What I'm about to show you, you can do on all types of phones. I am going to be using an iPhone, which I can't see past. I just think it's the easiest mobile operating system. Okay, so bear with me. So here's my iPhone, okay? That's something for later. Okay, so as you can see, I'm quite organized. I like to have everything on one screen and everything is in the Microsoft 365 folder. You can have the mobile version of Excel, Word, PowerPoint, Outlook, everything. And something a lot of people perhaps don't realize is, as well as having Word, Excel, PowerPoint separately, there's this new Office app, which really is 3 become 1, or as the Spice Girls said on Christmas, 2 become 1. Okay, but Office is the 3 applications in one. So when I press Office, it asks me, well, it shows me a link to all my files as well. But when I click on the big plus button at the bottom, it says, do I want to take notes, take a picture, or work on a document? I'm going to say documents. Here, if you think that's revolutionary, have a look at this. Obviously, I can create a Word document, an Excel spreadsheet, a PowerPoint presentation. These two here, say you've only got a paper-based copy of a document and you want to get it into Word, that'll scan the text into Word. If it's a table, an Excel list, a list of whatever, you can scan it and it scans it into Excel. Data entry is a thing of the past. If you're spending a lot of time doing manual data entry, transferring information from paper into spreadsheets or Word documents, don't. Get this app and you can scan it. It's not going to work perfect every single time. I'm not going to say that. There might be a little bit of tweaking involved, but it saves you a lot of work. How does OneDrive differ to SharePoint? They both, as far as documents are concerned, they both have the same features and functionality. OneDrive is for me, SharePoint is for the company. Okay, that's the way I think of it. It's a different environment. The way you work with the documents is the same. It's just how they're accessed. Compare it if you've ever worked in an organization that has network drives and your own personal network drive is a P drive. Think of that as OneDrive. X, Y, Z drives for the company, that's SharePoint. That's the simplest way to think about it. Excellent. So that's the Office app all in one. Here's a thing that I have only recently started using, and this will work for all text-based applications on a mobile device. So let's say, hi, that's great. Hi, Santa. So say I'm just going to do this really quick. For Xmas, I would like nothing. Okay, so basically anywhere you've got text, because my fingers are quite fat, sometimes trying to position the cursor is hard, yeah? Until I discovered if you keep your finger pressed on the space bar, your keyboard area changes into a trackpad. Now that revolutionized my life. So if I want it to go in here, it's there without my fingers getting in the way. Hold the space bar, drag your finger around. Okay, that'll work on any app at all. Perfect. So let me just close my mobile down and check the questions. I've got the team. Yeah, Teams app is really good on mobile. And funnily enough that you mentioned Teams, because that's what we're going to go on to right now. Don't forget, if you like this, it's a free webinar, remember? So pay it forward, donate to Maggie's, sign up for Cube for a whole year of wow moments. Okay, so we've got that there. Teams, I could spend a whole day talking about Teams. Sometimes I do, just to myself. So yeah, Teams is a big application. I'm only going to briefly introduce it and try to really sell the benefits of it to you, and that it's more than just a meeting app. It's more than just chat. It's a hub for teamwork. If you're using Asana, Trello, Monday.com, Tuesday.com, whatever.com, Teams can do all of that and more, I would say. So I'm going to bring Teams over here just now. Okay, I might not be able to see the questions coming in just now because I'm going to be using a different part of Teams, and Teams Live doesn't open up in a separate window, but that's my problem. Okay, so here is Teams. Here is Teams. I've got a sample team here. Let's say that I was, let me just make that a little bigger. As a quick example, maybe I'm part of a project that's working on an office move, a relocation from one office to another. So I create a team for that. Within that team, all the people are working on different individual projects from the same business, from different businesses, wherever. So within that team, I create channels. Okay. So for example, here, I was perhaps working in an office move project, and I was part of the training team. So the training team has their own channel. Okay, that's where we do our work. This is our hub for teamwork. What can we do here? What can we not do here? That's more to the point. We can have conversations rather than jam up everybody's inboxes with lots and lots of emails that people could miss. Anything we want to discuss or ask about that project within that team is here. Fully visible to new members of the team, fully transparent to everybody already in the team. So if somebody done something such as asked one person, so they'll get a notification, they asked them a question, everybody can see that. And somebody might be able to add value and help because they've got visibility of it. If that was just emails between these two people, nobody else might see it. They could be working away on something that somebody else can really help with. So that's a big benefit. Everything that everybody needs to talk about, discuss, ask is in here. And we can share files. We can work together on files. We can have conversations about files. And notice this is a Word document. It's opened up in Teams. I can even edit it in Teams with the ability as if I was in Word. But we like options, so I can open it in the Word app as well. But what I like about this is we can have a conversation about the document without sending emails back and forward. The conversation is linked to that document for everybody to see and add their thoughts to. So yeah, it's a file sharing area as well, file collaboration. I will, if there's any questions came up, I will come to them very, very soon once I've finished this part. And there's always a limit to everything, but every team will, or every channel in a team will be different because everybody needs different things from Microsoft 365. For example, if I click on the plus up here, maybe my team needs a way of tracking who's doing what task, who's doing this, by when. So again, instead of using other applications, add this one in. It's called Tasks by Planner. Okay, you might have seen it referred to before as just Planner, but it's changed its name. So maybe as part of that technology training, I need a technology training plan, like so. And speaking from personal experience, I couldn't have managed my time over the last 9 months within, the team without having this, because what does it allow us to do? Let me just make this full screen for now. I can break down all the tasks into what this application calls buckets. So I could add a bucket and say preparation, another bucket called delivery, and I just add the tasks in. So create presentation, and tasks can be so full of information. Progress, priority, deadline, who's doing it, what do they need to do it? Do you want a checklist of all the individual items that need to be done? Okay, I can do that. So this is where it's very much like I keep saying, other applications like Trello, etc. I don't have time to add in lots of tasks, but if you're using this properly, this screen will be quite busy. Lots of tasks. Sometimes we need it as a high-level overview. And how easy was that? I just went to this charts view, and I had lots of tasks. It gives me a dashboard view of it. And then sometimes I need more than that. If I need to know what's coming up, what's due this week. So it just so happens we've also got a schedule view. So had I had a due date on that one, it would show up in here. Okay, so that's Planner. Don't even get me started on how Task by Planner and To Do come together. It's amazing. It's just such a fantastic way of organizing not just your team's time, but also your own time. This To Do app. Okay, so that's certainly improved a lot over the last 6 months, and I could not be without it. We're so used to organizing tasks in Outlook, this place, that place. What does To Do do? Well, To Do, what it does, it brings everything together. That's what To Do does. So you've got that. In this application, Teams can be your digital toolkit because all the other Microsoft 365 components, apps can come together in this one application. It was very rarely, I used to have lots of applications open all at once. Now I can do everything from Teams because I've not even mentioned the fact that you can go to files and you can also access your OneDrive from here, okay, from within Teams. And the thing I'll really finish up on, this is pretty new to Microsoft 365, and it's going to be such a big improvement for everybody's way of working to help work a better way. What is it, I hear you ask? Okay, it's another app that we can add in, and it's called Lists. Okay, lists. So we all love a good list, but what might I need that for? Oh, it's probably easier to demonstrate it. What might I need it for? Lots of reasons. To show you some examples, everybody is probably working for different organizations, but some of these might be appropriate for you. 2021 is going to be a fantastic year for everybody. So we're going to be onboarding lots of employees. How do you currently keep track of that? What process to follow? How do you do that just now? Well, here's how you can do it in 2021. Creates the list for you, what items you might need. It's a template, okay? So let's just use that one. Color code it, do what you have to do, create. Now it tracks anything that we put in that list all in the one place. You know, so if this technology training team was growing, I would add that in to that particular channel, because somebody says, okay, you've got this person joining on that date. All I do to make sure I'm keeping to the process is I've created the list. This new person's starting, so I go new item, and it's a form. But it's a good form this time. We like filling in these forms. So I just complete it as such. I'm just going to put test in here for now, because that's a mandatory one. When I completed it, let's say here, you know, whatever else I want to put in, I can upload files. But once it's done it, it's there. Obviously, I've missed a lot of those out. And I can see it in grid view as well. Okay, so everything is tracked in the one place. And you might have noticed all the other ones in there as well. So if you're working marketing, you can have a content planner in here as a list. If you have, if you're on a service desk, you can have an issue tracker, finance, loans, you know, or of course you can import your own list or create a brand new one. So watch out for this. This is going to be really big in 2021. Okay, you can count on that. Okay, so final thing I want to say, this was my wow moment earlier this week, because I do use Planner all the time. You know, I might have plans in various different channels, and it used to frustrate me that I had to go to each tab to access it each time. And then I did discover that you can add Planner in as an app here, which was good. This was really good. This semi changed my life because I can access all my plans in one place. However, that still involved me having to leave the area of Teams that I was in and click on this one. Until one day, I think in fact it was Tuesday at 12:30 to be precise, I right-clicked on here and I popped out the app. Okay, it's not as rude as it sounds, but it means that I can be in other parts of Teams, okay, but I've essentially got Planner as a desktop app really in there. Okay, I can even close Teams. I'm not going to, because I'll cut off the call. But yeah, that was my wow moment this week. You can pop out apps that you have in here. Excellent. Okay, so let me just go back and see if there's any questions came in. I said I would leave time at the end for Q&A, so let me just check them right now. How do I get this on my phone? My brain just exploded. Okay, we don't want any exploding brains. Don't want any exploding brains. Okay, is there any other questions that anybody wants to put in there while we just sort of summarize what we've talked about today? Or comments or thoughts or any exploding body parts, please feel free to put them in there as well. In summary, don't forget the standard desktop apps. Outlook, PowerPoint, Excel, Word. Okay, they're dramatically improved. Go beyond the desktop, take it online, take it to the cloud, take it to the mobile. And if you use all these, if you use them all effectively, know what each one, not necessarily how to use it, but the business benefit of it. you will see an increase in productivity, and Microsoft 365 actually does have a productivity score built into it, so you can see how productive your employees are being. So we've done that with a lot of clients when they have started using Microsoft 365 and not really been using it, and then after a couple of months of training sessions, etc., that productivity score has gone in the right direction. Okay, it's gone up, and that's what we want. We want to be more productive. We want to work in a better way. And the collaboration side of it, we're all working at home, a lot of us still these days. You want to work with your colleagues as if they're, still in the desk next to you. Okay, we do miss that sometimes for sure, but while we have to work apart, use these tools to be as collaborative as you can, and communication goes without saying as well. So yeah, apps of Christmas past, Microsoft past. It reminds me of a joke. What was the joke I saw earlier? Why is Scrooge so good at football? Because the ghost of Christmas past. Something like that there. I probably made a total mess of it as usual. Okay, finally then, to wind up and to thank you all for your time and donations again, go to this website. If you like what you saw here today, I understand it might have been a lot of information to take in at once, but it's really just to show you what's possible. And Cube is our subscription-based learning platform where you can sign up and get the benefits of our knowledge, our experience over all these years. Okay, so that's it there. And if you've got any questions, feel free to email myself, Appetite for Business, and whatever contact detail that you have. And finally, before we really finish up, one thing that I would like you to do for me now is feedback. We like to know how we're doing. So what did you think of this session? What was your wow moment? What would you like to see more of in 2021? There's a code up there. I'm sure you have your phone nearby. So please scan that and it'll take you to a very short feedback form. Let us know what you thought. And if you don't have your phone nearby, why? Where is it? My phone is constantly attached to my hand. I will put in the chat there, in the announcement section, the link to that form as well. So either way, if you can do it now, fantastic. If not, you can click on the link and you can do it at your leisure. Okay, so we still have 6 minutes left. Like I say, I'll leave time just to check all the questions and answers that I've not missed any. Any thoughts you want to put in now? Please feel free to do so. What did you think? Which is the best app to use to share tasks with my boss? If you're on Microsoft 365, it would be Planner and To Do, a combination of both, which will incorporate Outlook tasks and flagged email as well. So I used to find that there was too many places to manage tasks before, and the To Do app still allows us to use each one, but it brings them all into one. When will Microsoft be allowing you to jump between different team logins? I know what you mean there. You could be a member of other organizational teams and you have to keep switching tenant, if you like. So it is in the roadmap. They will allow you to have 2 organizations in one Teams app. So it'll be very much like when you have Outlook and shared mailboxes, I believe. So I don't know the actual date, but very soon. What I do to get around that currently is have my main Teams open in the desktop, and then in the browser, open up the other organization's Teams. And sometimes I have 3, so I have another browser or an incognito browser. So I've got them all open at once, just in different ways, so I don't have to keep logging out. I think that's all the questions. Good to see that it's been of value to you. Okay, well, it has been recorded, so the recording will be available if you want to watch it back. If you want to watch it back, remember one of the reasons why we're doing this, to help out other charities who do such great work and maybe are finding it hard to fundraise this year. So once again, please, if you can, every little helps. Remember Maggie's, and thanks to everybody that's donated so far. And on that note, unless there's any more questions, I'd just like to finish off by saying thanks for your time. I hope it's been beneficial to you, and have a fantastic time over the holidays. Okay, and let's all go into 2021 feeling that we're going to be working a better way in 2021. Thanks everybody, thanks for your time, and have a fantastic holiday. Bye for now.